Hello and welcome back. Let's see if this is working. Or maybe it's not working. Unfortunately, my internet just stopped working. I don't know why.
Or maybe it's not working.
Okay, so it is working. Well, that's nice. Okay, so hey, we've got another person. Hey, okay, some people have found their way back. Okay, I do apologize, guys. I don't know what happened to my internet. It just stopped working. I hope it doesn't do that again. Sandra says hi. Hello, Sandra. Welcome to today's lesson. Right. So, as the title says, we're going to look at some music. I don't expect everybody to necessarily join now. It's 20 past, nearly 20 past, and unfortunately, really had some. I don't know what happened to my internet. It just decided to stop working. So, let's just jump straight into it. A language that we can use to develop our vocabulary. So the first one that we're going to look at is a song by a singer called Dido, which I mean, she hasn't been on the scene now for quite some time. I don't think she's done anything for about 10 years, but her music is okay. And there's a particular song where there's lots of good language to look at. So one of the things I'm just going to show you guys is the chorus. Okay, so in the song, I'll post that again. Actually, I don't think that was a. Hey, Arena, hello. Thank you for finding me again. Unfortunately, like I was saying, the internet just stopped working for me. I have no idea why. I really don't. But never mind. It's back. It's working. Hopefully, it doesn't stop working. So this is a song by Dido. Dido is the name of the singer, and the song is called "White Flag." The chorus here, it sounds a bit like, I will go down with this ship, and I won't put my hands up and surrender. There will be no white flag above my door. I'm in love and always will be. It's a nice song. It came out years and years ago. Must have come out, I don't know, 2003 maybe. But there's some good language here. So the first thing I want to show you is the phrase, to go down with this ship. Okay, to go down with this ship. That can also be good, to go down with the ship, actually, as well. Now, there's the physical meaning of this, like if you take a boat or a big ship, maybe like the Titanic, and the captain, if the ship goes down and people are still on the ship, then the captain stays on the ship and will go down with the ship. So that's a physical one. But it's also to do with a belief. So if it's a relationship, or if you are hoping that something will happen and it's difficult, the situation is really bad, but you don't want to stop believing, you can then use this phrase, I will go down with this ship, meaning I won't stop believing until it is over. So it's a very strong meaning in that sense. I will go down with this ship. I won't stop believing until it is over, until the very end. I will believe. I will believe until the very end. So it's strong. It has strong meaning behind it. Okay, so let me know if you can think of anything that you have you ever been in a position where you've said, I will go down with this ship? not using a serious one, it can also be used when making food. So, for example, you're making food. It's not going well, but you believe at the end you will have something that is good, it will look nice, and people will like it. And you continue. You can say to your friend, I will go down with this ship. I won't stop believing until it is over. This is me when trying to bake a cake because I am terrible at baking cakes. I don't, it's not my thing. I can eat a cake, but I'm not very good at making a cake. So we can use this when talking about baking cakes in a different way. So I won't go down. Sorry, I will go down with this ship. Okay, so that's one. The other thing that we can look at is this: put up my hands and surrender. Strong words, really. If we say to, let's say, to put up, to put my hands up. Actually, I'm going to say this. This is actually wrong. It should be to put up my hands. I'm going to change it because I don't like that. That's something called a split infinitive. I suppose you can do it when it's music, but it should really be to put up my hands and surrender. You don't want to separate the verb from the preposition in phrasal verbs. It's called a split infinitive. Not good. Put up my hands and surrender. So put up your hands, that's that. And surrender, surrender simply means to stop fighting. So this is to do with anything. It could be to do with war, fighting. It could be to do with a very big argument. And so that's the meaning of that as well. So let's see if you guys can complete this sentence below. Okay, let's see if you guys can get this one right. So I won't put my hands and because I will go down with this. So your options that you need to think in some kind of order will be up, surrender, and ship as well. So you've got a few things to think about. You've got to think about where ship goes. You need to think about where surrender goes, for example, and you need to think about where the preposition up goes. So that's what you need to do here. Let's see if you can get it right. Okay. Feel free. So those are your options. Feel free to try and put them in the correct space. Right. So the next song that we will look at is, I'm just going to put a question mark so you guys, anyone joining late can see. So the next one that I'm going to look at with you is a song by Bob Marley, and it's called Redemption Song. And I think there's a lot of things that we could go with. And I'm going to go with this particular one. I'm going to go with two things, actually. I'm going to go with this. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Really good bit of language. I do like that. So what does this mean? Well, the real thing here is emancipate. What do you think emancipate means? Nope. Okay, so Arena says, excellent, well done, Arena F. That is correct. I won't put up my hands and surrender because I will go down with this ship. Excellent, well done, Arena F. Bravo. So the next one we have from Bob Marley, Redemption Song. And there's a part which sings, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. So it's a fantastic song, probably one of my favorite Bob Marley songs. Great lyrics. And we've got two things that we need to look at. We've got emancipate yourself from mental slavery. And then we've got the next one, which I'm just going to put in here. So what you guys need to decide is, what does emancipate mean? Does it mean free yourself, stop yourself, or make yourself? So free yourself from mental slavery, stop yourself from mental slavery, or make yourself from mental slavery. You might say free yourself, stop yourself. Isn't that similar? Yes, similar meaning, but in fact the same meaning. However, there's a very specific meaning, and it's not so much one of them, but more of the other. But it's a fantastic bit of language, really good. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. The other thing that we'll look at is actually this one, which I'm going to share. A, well done, Irina. F, bravo, fantastic, full marks. The next one is this. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? There's two things that we're going to look at. One, the meaning of while. How do we use while? And two, we're going to look at aside. Okay. So the first thing we need to do is while. We use while when we are talking about two things that happen at the same time. So, for instance, John played the piano while Kate sang. Okay, so you've got two actions happening at the same time, and you put while in the middle just to be able to talk about two things. So for this one, the question is, where does while go in this sentence? Okay, let's see. Okay, so you've got James went to the supermarket and went to collect her mum from the station. You need to decide, where do you put while? You're talking about two things at the same time, and we just need to decide, where does while go in that sentence? The other one that we need to look at is this one. Stand aside. This is really good. It simply means not standing in the way of something. So you can use this in the question. For instance, can you stand aside? Meaning, can you move to the side? And that's what it simply means. But yes, you can either be in the way or you can stand aside, which means get out of the way. It's quite polite though. But let's go back to this one. Where does while go? So we've got James went Supermarket Wild, Sandra says, perfect, excellent, well done. That is the correct answer. Fantastic, excellent. Okay, so let's look at the next one over here. And we've got stand aside. Okay, so let's look at this one here in another way. Where does stand as? How can we write this? Okay, so we can say, so that's the sentence. Please get out of the way. What you guys need to do is you need to rewrite that, and you need to use stand aside. How can you write this with? So instead of writing please get out of the way, how can you write stand aside into the sentence? The way it's done is please stand aside. That would be the answer. Okay, so this is how this activity works. I'm now going to write a different sentence, and this time you guys need to change the sentence. So okay, so the person says, I won't get out of the way. How do we change this, and how can we replace get out of the way with stand aside? How can we do this? Let's see if you guys can rewrite it. It's really good. It's a good one to use. It is quite formal at times, but it's also quite polite. But I do recommend it. You can use it in a lot of situations. For instance, like above, please stand aside, especially if you're arguing with, if you're having an argument with someone and there's a third person, you can tell that third person, please stand aside. Don't be in the way. It's a good one to know. And then we'll move on to the last one, which will be to do with I won't stand aside. Excellent, Sandra. Perfect. Well done. Let's look at the last one. And this last one is with I mean it's from a band called Men at Work. And let's look at this. Some really good language to take from this. So this part of the song, I need to break that up actually with some spaces. Okay, good. So this part of the song goes, do you come from a land down under, where women glow and men plunder? Can't you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover. Good song. So what do we mean by down under? I mean, that's a really good question. Well, down under simply is an informal word for Australia. So on one hand, someone from Australia can say, I am from Australia. Or I'm from Australia, for example. Or you can say, I come from the land down under. So if it's a question, you could ask the question, do you, you might say, are you from Australia, for example? Well, to ask this question with down under, you could say, do you come from the land down under? And that's how we can do it. You can also say, are you from the land down under? That's also fine. So land down under, that's Australia. Do you come from the land down under? Great one. Now, next one, which is good, where women glow. Glow is, if you say, for example, she glows, for example, what you're saying is like it's a big compliment. It's you're saying beautiful with what we might say an X factor, um, which is basically something bright. Like for instance, let's say you go to the beach all day and you stay in the sun and your face becomes a bit red, a bit tanned, and you also you look really healthy, and you have a smile on your face. Well, if you look healthy, been in the sun, and smiling, then what did I write? And you have a smile on your face, then you are glowing. Okay, so you can glow. That's what we mean by glow when it comes to looks. So someone looks healthy, been in the sun, they have a smile on their face, and so yeah, that's when we can use that's when we can say, they are glowing, for example. And then finally, let's go. We've got two more things we can look at. Um, what does plunder mean? Yeah, and men plunder. What does it mean? That's the next one I was going to look at actually for you. It's a good one to know. You will hear it in films like Pirates of the Caribbean, for example. But plunder is the best way to put it is plunder. You are, go with this. To steal and yeah, uh, to steal in a violent way. That's what we mean to plunder. So you might say pirates used to plunder, for example. In war, you might find people plunder. So you steal and it's violent. That's what you have to remember. It's to steal and it's violent. You might burn the place. Yeah, so that's what we mean by plunder. It's a verb as well, to plunder. So pirates used to plunder. Yeah, I think that's a good way to look at it. So that's to plunder. We'll finish off after this with an exercise with these ones. The last one I just want to point out is take cover. Okay, take cover means to get into a safe position or place. To take cover. You'll see it in war movies. If you hide behind, if someone is shooting at you and you hide behind a wall or hide underneath a table, that's what it means to take cover. To get out of danger. That's what it means to take cover. So let's have a look. We're going to put all of these things together now. I'm going to write an incomplete sentence, and you guys need to decide where these words go. Um, okay, so words that you need to think of. You need to think of plunder, you need to think of glow, and you need to think of land down under. So those are the words you need to think of, and you need to decide where to put them in that sentence. Well, not that sentence, in those two sentences in order to complete it. And these are good words to know: plunder, glow, and land down under as well. For instance, if you see Rose, if you see Rose in the tuition office, she comes from the land down under because she is Australian. Um, yeah, do you come? Do you come from a land down under, where women glow and men plunder? It's a good song. I will put it in the description below, where you can find it because it's really good. It's a good song. Hard to hear though, hard to listen to. They do sing very quickly. Like I said, I think Dido with White Flag is probably the easiest one. And Bob Marley is somewhere in the middle because of his accent. But everyone likes, well, you know what? I think Bob Marley is one of those artists that everybody likes. I don't think I've ever met a person that doesn't like Bob Marley or doesn't like to hear Bob Marley on in the background. I don't think I've ever met anyone who doesn't like Bob Marley. Sandra says, do you come from the land down under? I've heard that the women glow because of the sun. Is it true that in the past pirates would plunder the coast? Excellent. Really well done. Fantastic. Okay. So, unfortunately, again, guys, I really do apologize about my internet connection. I don't know what happened. It just stopped working, and it took me about 20 minutes to get it to work again. Arena F with land down under, glow and plunder as well. Really well done, Arena. Fantastic. Thank you very much. So Sandra and the Arena, thank you very much for watching the live lesson today, and thank you for being patient. Yeah, 20 minutes, my internet was gone. I don't know why, but thank you so much for sticking around. Sandra says, poor Australian men's. Oh, right, I see what you mean. Poor Australian men. Yeah, we'd probably just go with poor Australian men. Maybe. Well, if they were plundered by pirates, yes. Yes, Sandra, definitely. It is funny lyrics. It's definitely funny lyrics. I think what I'll do in the future, the next time round, I think one of the songs, there are more songs to do. There's lots of songs one can do, actually. But like I said, music is, like I've said in the past, music is a really good way to learn new vocabulary. I'll put all three links of the music, of the songs in the description below. That much, definitely. And yes, definitely go and have a look. My brother lives in Australia. Your brother lives in Australia, Sandra. Ah, your brother lives in Australia. Does he? So in which case, he must know many people from the land down under. Well, Sandra, can I ask, will you be going to the land down under in the near future? Will you be getting on a plane to go to the land down under? Will you be going to Sydney? Will you be flying to Perth? Will you be flying? Have you been to the land down under? Did you go in the past? Well, women glow and men plunder. Okay. Well, Sandra Arena, yes, once again, thank you so much for being patient. If you're watching this later, thank you very much. Please make sure you like the video and share with other people. share with friends. Like I said, internet was gone for something like 15 or 20 minutes. Really annoying. But I am going to have to, unfortunately, I am going to have to make a move. So that's a bit disappointing. Don't get the full 45 minutes. You're welcome, Marina. Thank you, and have a nice weekend to you too. Sandra says no, she's never been to. If you use been to Australia rather than in Australia. I've never been in Australia. Yeah, because it sounds, if you said I've never lived in Australia, then yes. But if you're going to use been, use to. You're welcome, Sandra. You too. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Please like the video and share. I will be back next Monday, 4 o'clock, with more live YouTube lessons. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe and see you next week. Bye for now.